Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
Today, this is my first official attempt at making a NEIPA, a New England IPA.
This is an evil NEIPA?
An evil NEIPA.
It sounded like Dr. Evil there for a minute.
I guess it's up to you. Now, this came off the keg, so you don't have the drama of pouring. But let me tell you what it did. This is 10 pounds of two-row, or 4.5 kilograms of two-row, and I mashed at 150 degrees Fahrenheit, or 65 C, for an hour. And then I only boiled for 30 minutes. I can't do anything just normal. I only boiled for 30 minutes. And then at the end of that boil, I added 2 ounces of Simcoe at flameout, and I just let the temperature fall naturally. 15 minutes later, I added 2 more ounces of Denali. And then, so the original gravity 1049, final gravity 1012, I fermented with Imperial A38 Juice.
The juice.
With an ABV of 4.9%. So, see what you think, and then we can talk about a little theorizing and specifics.
That's super good. That's super good.
It's very tasty.
That's super good. It doesn't have, there's plenty of hop balance, but there's no bitterness. It's not West Coast at all.
There's no bite.
There's no, that's
There is some bitterness, but
Right.
it's not like an IPA biting bitterness, because all the hops were added after the flame was turned off.
Juicy, fresh, orangey, juicy, really good.
There's tangerine.
Yep.
Is there a little melon?
Tangerine, yeah, there is. Wow.
Let me see other flavors I can talk you into.
Well, I'm actually also very struck by the light bodiness of this beer, and I like it. I've had a few examples of this beer, and, well, I don't know. I really like this kind of lighter, it's a very fresh tasting and a very fresh on the palate. It's not gloppy at all.
No.
I really, that's nice.
But it's not thin.
No, I didn't mean it's not thin. It's just very refreshing, and it's very refreshing on the palate. I'm terrible at this.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Now, in the past, I've done hop stands where I, stopped it at 180 degrees Fahrenheit and held it there. This time, I just let it free fall. After the conversation that I had with John Palmer on a recent episode of Basic Brewing Radio about NEIPAs, or New England IPAs, he was saying that he brewed this style and just added the hops at flameout and just let it fall for 30 minutes. This is what I did, and I'll have to super the temperatures down below. The first, after flameout, when I added my first hops, the wort was 203 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. So 15 minutes later, when I added the Denali, it was 184 degrees Fahrenheit. So in just that 15 minutes, it had fallen that much. And then 30 minutes after flameout, so the Simcoe stayed in there for 30 minutes. The Denali stayed in there for that last 15 minutes of that 30 minutes.
Right.
At the end of that, it was down to 172 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So during that fall, you're still extracting bitterness.
Right.
You're still isomerizing alpha acids, but you're just not doing it at the utilization that you would if it were a full boil.
Right.
So, I decided to do this because I wanted to see what would happen. If I did wait to add that Denali to see if I, got some more of the juice from that. The Simcoe is like 13.6% alpha acid. The Denali is 15.4% alpha acid.
Right.
So
It's a lot to work with.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of alpha acid or bittering potential there. And I didn't add any adjuncts like oats or wheat or anything to try to get the haze. But only boiling for 30 minutes, I think, might have helped in getting this haze. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not milky. It doesn't look like a milkshake.
No.
But it is hazy.
Yeah. That's super good.
It's super refreshing.
It is. It's just, that's the thing about it. It's very refreshing. This is a very sessionable example of the style. Mm-hmm. It doesn't wear you out. Even ones I've had that I thought were really good, they kind of, sometimes they were kind of so sweet or so juicy that it's kind of like drinking an orange juice. And as much as I like orange juice,
Right.
one glass of orange juice is kind of all I want. And so, okay, that's enough orange juice. Mm-hmm. But this you could drink, you could have a good time with this. Really nice beer.
When I first tried this, I kind of missed that IPA or that American Pale Ale bite, you know, the bitterness. But I'm not missing it as much as I used to. I guess if you wanted to lay down a base charge of bittering,
Yeah.
you know, for at the beginning of this, say, 30-minute boil, you could still do that to be more traditional, to kind of layer your hop character, bring more bitterness to the party,
Yeah.
and still add a lot of hops, you know, after the end of the boil.
Well, you know, my son Chase brewed his example of this, and he did a 60-minute boil though. But he laid down an ounce of Magnum for his bittering, and it still has a pretty strong backbone in there, and very good, but very different from yours in that, well, you know, he's just got more bittering in it.
Right.
So, but this is boy, that's good. And it's been a long day, folks.
And it's on tap, so
Yeah.
it might not be around for a long time. But look at
It's very.
the head. Look at the Belgian lacing on that.
I'm just struck at the fruitiness of it from the hops, and I say, and also from the juice from the yeast. So that juice is really London 3.
Yeah, that Imperial yeast was. I've been impressed with every Imperial yeast that I've used.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's just really just takes off in a hurry and gets the job done, and
Gets out of the way.
the beer tastes great.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to say. It's a super easy beer to brew. The brew day was short because I only had a short boil.
This is a fun way to play with hops too. I mean, a new way to play with hops.
Yeah.
Be fun to do the same beer and just use maybe, you know, like a very traditional, like Cascade and Willamette.
Right.
Just see what it does.
Yeah. There you go. Play with your hops
Play with your hops.
at the end of the boil, after the boil.
Yeah. Cheers.
Back to this. Happy brewing, everybody.
Happy brewing.
Come and visit us online. At basicbrewing.com, you can find archive lists of our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs and our Brewer's Logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer. If you're in Fayetteville, Arkansas, stop by Steve's Brew Shop or find him online at stevesbrewshop.com.
Show 3 out of 4.
Oh my God, there's another one.